Hey everyone, welcome back to Rooster's weekly video update. This week, the European Commission has proposed the introduction of a COVID passport to allow 450 million Europeans to travel freely by summer. The so-called digital green certificates, which should be free of charge, will be delivered to EU residents who can prove they've been vaccinated, but also to those who've tested negative for the virus or have proof they've recovered from it. Being vaccinated will not be a precondition to travel, the Commission said. All EU citizens have the fundamental right to free movement in the EU, and this applies regardless of whether they're vaccinated or not. The Union says that the digital green certificate will make it easier to exercise that right, especially through testing and recovery certificates. International leisure travel from Scotland is unlikely to restart from the 17th of May, Nicola Sturgeon has told Holyrood. Sturgeon said it was the Scottish Government's view that the 17th of May, at the very earliest date for a resumption of international travel, would not be achievable. The First Minister's view is that it may well not be possible for a further period after that as well. Portugal and Mauritius are to be removed from the government's so-called red list of countries from which travel is effectively banned to guard against the new import of COVID-19 variants. From the 19th of March, arrivals into England for Portugal and Mauritius will no longer have to self-isolate in government-appointed hotel quarantine for 10 days. Qatar, Ethiopia, Oman, and Somalia will be added, however, to the government's travel ban list from 4 a.m. tomorrow, the Department for Transport has confirmed. The long-haul market is likely to be patchy in terms of allowing travel post-COVID, but TUI UK boss Andrew Flintham suggests that the Caribbean could be among the first of locations to return. Customer confidence in travelling overseas this summer has returned strongly, according to Jet2 and Jet2 Holidays. Their regular polling of thousands of customers has shown that confidence has risen across all age groups. The number of customers booking flights and package holidays tells them that many people want nothing more than to get away this summer, they've said. Majorca is preparing to welcome an influx of tourists over Easter, although British tourists won't be among them. The biggest Balearic island is gearing up to open its doors to hundreds of visitors after Germany lifted its travel warning for the Spanish archipelago, as well as the Valencia and Murcia regions on the mainland. P&O Cruises will launch a series of voyages to nowhere in the UK this summer. The trips will last 3 to 4 nights with no ports of call. Instead, the captain will set course for sunny weather. P&O says that only people who've received both COVID-19 jabs and waited another week will be allowed on board the first voyages the company plans to operate since April last year. And more than 5,000 jobs in aviation and related industries are being lost every month, new research commissioned by the Unite Union has revealed. According to the data, the total runs to just shy of 62,000 to date. Twice as many have been lost across equivalent sectors in France and Germany. And the Caribbean island of Nevis has pledged to reopen to British tourists from the 21st of May and is promising a wide range of health and wellness experiences when it does. A new #JustBeNevis campaign will aim to encourage visitors to embrace the Nevis way of life through a range of activities set against the island's natural landscapes. Over in social, in a continued push for broader online security, Instagram is now preventing adults from messaging users under 18 who don't follow them. They're also launching a new Instagram Lite app, again in 170 countries, to help regions where sort of data availability is not quite as free as it is in the UK. And Twitter continues its various tests, including full HD images on mobile, massive image displays, slightly more like Instagram, and new brand profile options. You can find more information in the article. As it reaches its first anniversary, Clubhouse remains invite and iOS only, but it is about to crack 13 million downloads anyway. It's not bad for such an exclusive platform, but it obviously has replaced kind of the pub conversation. And Twitter Spaces is about to open up as well to the general public, to all users. So it'll be interesting to see how they continue to remain ahead of the competition, especially with 100 times fewer users than Twitter has. To support this anniversary, Clubhouse is launching a new Creator Accelerator program to help support frequent broadcasters with cash, equipment, and expertise, while Twitter is testing a tip jar function that lets you pay creators for their time in Twitter Spaces through Bandcamp, Cash App, Patreon, and Venmo. And after Snapchat last week partnered with a media company to sell ad space, Reddit is basically doing the same with a much bigger org, the Omnicom Media Group. Also, like TikTok's partnership with WPP, Omnicom clients will benefit from better creative, education, and training support from Reddit to help advertise to the platform's 100,000 communities. And Facebook is expanding monetization tools for creators, including new ad placements and short videos up to a minute long. It's not quite the Reels bolster the network's likely looking for, with Reels still only running to 30 seconds, but it is a step in the short-form direction. Related to this push to expand on-platform monetization options, Facebook's also developing their own newsletter creation and distribution tools. Twitter recently acquired Review for the same purpose, but as Facebook expands its native news platform globally, it's looking to better support writers to distribute across the platform. Having 2.8 billion people on Facebook certainly helps, and Twitter's users do kind of pale in comparison. And finally, if brand Twitter is your favorite part of the platform, it's a bit weird, Twitter has launched a brand bracket to narrow down who the best brand on Twitter is. It's a good exercise in understanding kind of different content strategies on Twitter, so you can check that out, link in the article. That's all from us this week. Don't forget that you can read the rest of the article at the link as always, and don't forget to stay tuned next week for even more. Cheers.